guys, LongHaul Larry, and we're at the ADL shop. We're going to be working on Boss's dad's truck, 795. We're going to be doing some AC work. If you didn't see it, I just did a video before this. Tried to explain all the components of an AC system and everything. I'm not an expert, I'm not a professional, I've just like to learn things, and I've known these things and been doing this for a long time. Am I certified? Yes, I'm certified to handle a 134A. I have a little certificate that I filled out and did all this online and stuff, so I have that. Am I a certified technician? No, I have never gone to school and stuff for mechanical work and everything. I just have always known this in my life and just done it. I've worked at multiple trucking companies now and just doing this, and I guess I'm stuck in my throat. But if you haven't seen that video, you can go back and watch that video, and it will explain what the different things are and the components in there. I tried to explain it. Hopefully I make it sound confusing. It's really not that confusing once you get to know it. But my boss has, I've always used a manifold set and a vacuum pump from Harbor Freight. I've had them for years. I've done many vehicles with them. Done just fine. My boss here has actually bought a Robinair AC machine. These are quite expensive. This one is pretty old and it's pretty banged up, and he got it for 500 bucks, and we're gonna see if we can get it working. So that's what we're doing today. Alright guys, here the machine is, and as you can see, it's missing the covers and all that stuff. There's some plastic covers supposed to go over it. I don't know, they're gone. It is what it is. That's your vacuum pump down on the bottom, and these are your manifold gauges right here. Your low side, your high side. The numbers are kind of offset. You see how like halfway up it says 250, halfway up it says 60. Well, it's because this one's lower pressure. This one needs, finer increments to get all the high pressure into it. These are your valves for your manifolds right here. To open and close and everything. You use those to filling, to checking the system to see how it goes and everything. This is your little touchpad to do different things on it and everything. All that stuff in there is a bunch of wiring that I'm not even going to talk about. This year we got the system. He got it. The guy says it works and everything. We haven't tried it. We're going to try it now. We picked up a tank of our 134A refrigerant to service all the different trucks and APUs and stuff if we need to. But we didn't realize he also had to have a recovery tank too, which did not come with the machine. So he went on Amazon and was able to order that recovery tank, and we got that recovery tank and everything. The one thing with the recovery tank is it has a certain capacity. Every tank is going to be different. When it is empty, you have to weigh it. You can see it over to the side. It says 28.2 pounds empty. Because you could only put so much into that. And then what you can do is you can put it on a scale every once in a while and check it to see how full it is getting. Just make sure you don't overfill it. When you do buy a tank like that and you hook it up to a system, you have to have an adapter. And didn't know that till this morning. And I actually we went out and got these adapter. Excuse me. And it is an R134A charging adapter. Part number 78-1200 from Napa. What they are is these little hoses right here that go to the recovery tank do not thread on these newer tanks. And so there's an adapter that goes from a smaller to a bigger thread so that you can screw these hoses. So you got to have those little adapters. So there's two of them. These are your lines. They have a quick disconnect, which didn't look very quick there, but we'll have the other one too. They have these two lines here, and these will get hooked up to the truck. Before you hook them up, you will just want to make sure that you screw these all the way out. These little knobs here, these red and blue knobs on the end, they screw in and screw out. Make sure they're screwed all the way out so it does not depress the valve that's inside there. That is called a Schrader valve, I believe the name of those are. Basically what it's like is the valve insert of a tire. It's the same kind of thing. And so they're quick disconnect. You just pull this back, push it on there, and then release that, and then it hooks it on there. So you can go on there. There we go. That one's on. And again, make sure that this is turned all the way up. Put this one on there, release it. Now what happens is we want to make sure that these valves are closed. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. First of all, I drained the vacuum pump of the oil, and I need to refill the vacuum pump. So we have new oil. It's a good idea to change that every once in a while, and since it's somebody used one we got, pretty beat up, I pulled it out, and it actually looked pretty bad. It was pretty rusty looking and stuff, so hopefully the vacuum pump's going to be okay. But we need to add that in. And through the manual here, it told me that it needs 16 ounces. It says that I should put 14 ounces in, and then fire the machine up, and it will pull, it will move, do stuff and everything, and then it will actually trigger this vacuum pump and run it, and then as it's running, I gotta get a knife, and as it's running, then it will, there's a little sight glass on the end, and I'll see the oil level in there, and I will add until it's right at the oil level line. So we're going to add 14 ounces. And it says basically to put 14 ounces in there, and you should just start to see it at the bottom of the sight glass. Okay, right there it is. Just add a little more. It's right up there by the line. Vacuum. And I'm going to open these lines up just a little bit. There we go. The reason why I'm doing this is to pull the atmosphere out of these hoses. Okay, we're good enough. That's just a simple hose. So I'm going to close up these valves, the regulators, shut the vacuum off. So the first thing I want to do is I want to open up here. So I'm going to start screwing these in. This is going to depress that little Schrader valve in there. There goes my needle. I'll let you see the needle as it comes up. You see the high over here. You see the low now should come up. Okay. So we're reading about the same. So it should be okay. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to recover all the coolant, all the refrigerant that's in this thing. I keep calling it coolant, I don't know why, but I'm going to recover it. So we're going to get to that step. Okay, there we go. It's clearing. And we're pulling it out. Okay, it has completed. I've closed the main valves on here, showing me how much it has pulled out of it. Now we're going to be doing repairs. So just to check to see. Could do the old farmer's feel here. Yep, nothing in there. No pressure left. So we can hang up our hoses. There's little hangers back. It looks just like the ports on the truck. That way you keep clean and stuff. We'll switch the machine off. And then I'm going to be replacing this air dryer and the expansion valve. I'm not really sure why the expansion valve, but he wants it replaced, so we're going to do that. Alrighty, we're back. I'm going to go put these things in the vise and get them off. That is in. Now I just got to do the expansion valve. Not really sure why I didn't test it okay, but I think he just wants to do everything. There's nothing I can video. It's way up there behind. I can't even see it. So, well, guys, we are adding R134A refrigerant. That is the blue tank is the tank that you buy. That's the tank that you get it has the refrigerant in it. I recovered not very much out of the system, and I'm going to need more to do it. This system, this one does not need an additional scale. What I'm doing right now is I'm actually pulling refrigerant out of this tank and putting it into this tank. And so far I have put in 2.88 pounds. 2.89, 2.9. I'm going to put in about, I don't know, probably about 4. This truck takes 3.5 pounds. Okay, we have added refrigerant to our tank in the back. So we are good to go. I'm going to hook my lines back up to the system. I got all my repairs done. Making sure that these top valves are all the way up so they don't depress anything. Doesn't matter. There's nothing in the system anyways. So now we can depress this. Open this up. And what we're going to do is we're going to vacuum the system. So on this machine, we're going to turn it on. Press Shift Reset until the message Program Vacuum Minutes appears on the display. Oh, I see what you gotta do. Okay, vacuum minutes. I'm actually going to set this thing for 45 minutes. Usually 15 minutes, 30 minutes, it's pretty good. I'm going to actually do 45 minutes because I'm going to cook it. The reason why I'm doing that is because there's a lot of old parts and everything else. Everything's been apart, so I'm going to cook it. The longer the vacuum pump runs, then it pulls out all the moisture and it actually gets real hot inside there and actually cooks all the moisture inside. 45. There she goes. So I'm just going to let that thing just cook. And you can see what's happening here. These needles are going down, down, down. So that one's way below, that's below 0. Hoping for it to get all the way to 30. Alrighty, looks good. So I'm just going to let this run. I'm going to do some other things and I'll come back when it's done and shut these off and then sit here and just watch the needles and make sure they don't move. Alright guys, it just shut off and it says complete. Got negative 30. We're down there at 0. So now I'm going to close off these. Close out these ports, just leave it just for the truck opening, and I'm just going to shut this off. And I'm going to let this sit for about a half an hour and make sure these needles do not move. Guys, we've done our vacuum test. That is all good. Don't seem like we have any leaks. So now we are going to do the charge. So we're going to charge. It takes 3.5 pounds. Enter. Charge. Open that valve up. There she goes. Starting to pump all the refrigerant into it. You see it going right through there. So I'll let it do its thing and then we'll fire the truck up. Well, Truck is running. We got everything turned on high cooling. Let's go check it out. Alright, our AC condenser fan is running. Let's see what the gauges are reading. We got some nice cool air coming out. We are good to go. So I'm going to park Bossman Dad's truck. And then I'm going to be shutting her on down, do a little cleanup, and go to sleep. So I hope that everyone out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they watch this here video. And if you're not, well, we're certainly going to try that all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. See you.